Okay, have you ever stopped to think about the tiny, complex civilizations that are literally right under our feet? Well, today we're diving into a really cool project that's teaching AI how to become a master ant identifier. And believe me, it is completely changing how we study these incredible little ecosystems.
But let's start with the big question, right? I mean, why should we care? They're just ants. They're tiny, they're everywhere. So what's the big deal about telling one species from another? Well, it turns out it's a huge deal.
See, ants are basically tiny ecological superheroes. Think of them as bioindicators. Their communities are like a rapid report card on an ecosystem's health. They're also master soil engineers and a cornerstone of the food web. And get this, being able to quickly spot an invasive species is absolutely critical to stopping it in its tracks. So yeah, knowing exactly which ant you're looking at is essential. Okay, but here's the problem. Identifying ants is hard, like really hard. It takes years of super specialized training. This has created this massive bottleneck for scientists because there just aren't enough experts to go around to process all the data we need. So now that we know why ants are so important, here's our game plan. We're going to see how AI and citizen scientists are teaming up. Then we'll peek under the hood at how this digital expert was actually built, check its grades, and wrap up with what this means for the future.
So, the solution to this huge bottleneck comes from this amazing and maybe a little unexpected partnership: artificial intelligence and thousands of everyday people.
And this is where the magic really happens. On one side, you've got thousands of citizen scientists using apps like iNaturalist. They're out there snapping a massive number of real-world photos of ants all across Taiwan. And on the other side, you've got this AI model called YOLO, which has the brainpower to learn from all those photos and make an ID in a split second.
So what in the world is YOLO? Well, it actually stands for You Only Look Once, and it's famous for one thing: speed. Think about it like this. Instead of scanning a picture over and over, it just takes one single glance to find everything in it, in this case, all the ants, and figure out what they are at the same time. That speed and accuracy makes it absolutely perfect for a mobile app.
So, how in the world do you teach a computer to think like a seasoned myrmecologist? That's an ant expert, by the way. Let's pull back the curtain on how it's done.
The whole training process really boils down to 4 main steps. First, you've got to gather a ton of data. Then, humans have to go through and painstakingly label the ants in every photo. After that, you've got to balance the data set so the AI pays attention to the rare species too. And finally, you feed all that amazing data to the AI and just let it learn.
And when I say a ton of data, I am not kidding. They started with over 700,000 images. From there, they carefully filtered, removed duplicates, and curated everything down to this final, high-quality training set of just over 60,000 photos. That incredible scale is what makes the AI so powerful.
Now, this is where things get really clever. Instead of having people label every single image from scratch, which would take forever, they trained a basic AI to do a first pass. Then the human volunteers just had to check the AI's work and fix any mistakes. The result? They processed more than double the images, nearly 14 times faster, and it was even more accurate. Just a massive win for efficiency. Okay, so the training is complete. The digital ant expert is born. But did it work? It's time to check the AI's final report card. So the researchers actually tested a few different versions of the YOLO model, which showed some really interesting trade-offs. For example, one model, the YOLO 10M, hit this perfect sweet spot. It had the highest accuracy, but was also the most efficient. But then another one, the YOLO 11M, was the fastest to train. This kind of stuff is super important for figuring out the best tool for the job.
But look, even with over 94% accuracy, this AI isn't flawless. Like any student, it has its weak spots. And for this AI, its biggest challenge, its kryptonite, was something called caste confusion.
And wow, this chart shows you the problem perfectly. For this one genus of ants, the AI was a genius at identifying the workers. 94% recall, fantastic. But when it saw the queens from the exact same genus, which to be fair can look totally different, its performance just plummeted to 31%. The AI got tripped up because it wasn't taught to tell the difference between castes. It's a great reminder that an AI is only as smart as the data we feed it.
Okay, so even with that one tricky spot, how did it do out in the wild, in the hands of real people? Well, over 6 months, citizen scientists used the app constantly. And when human experts checked the AI's calls, They agreed with it an amazing 84% of the time. This proves the app isn't just a lab experiment, it's super reliable and useful in the real world.
So what does a project like this really mean for the future of science? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture.
Really, this whole thing leaves us with 4 huge takeaways. First, this is proof that teaming up AI with citizen science is an absolute game changer for watching over biodiversity. Second, it shows us what's next, teaching AI to handle the messy, real-world stuff like telling queens from workers. Third, this tech just blows the doors wide open for research by saving so much time and money. And finally, this isn't just about ants. This is a blueprint we can use for beetles, spiders, plants, you name it.
By building these AI-powered tools, we're essentially giving ourselves a whole new set of eyes to see the natural world. It really makes you wonder, with millions of potential new observers armed with this kind of technology, what incredible discoveries are waiting for us right around the corner? Are we about to find brand new species or track invasive ones with perfect accuracy in real time? The possibilities are just astounding.